Okay, okay. We're back for another YouTube lesson. We got some good stuff cooking today. One thing today, peeps. All I want to talk about is just one shift I noticed has really changed my life, and that I noticed is changing the life of one of my recent clients that inspired this YouTube lesson. I don't think this one's going to be super long. This is going to be very to the point. And what I want to talk about today is really just this shift from I am at the mercy of the world to I am empowered to create whatever, right? So we're going to dive into this. This is huge, and it can be as life changing as you let it be. And I love that. It can be as life changing as you let it be. That is going to be a consistent theme here on this channel. You get to choose. You do. So here we are. We're moving from, again, I I am taking ownership of the sentence, by the way, to start. I am at the mercy of, to, I am empowered to, right? And it could also be create, whatever, right? I'm at the mercy of, I'm empowered to. And the reason this is so important is because when we're at the mercy of the world, it's very easy to play the victim. Very easy to play the victim. Oh, this is where I'm at. Oh, I should just wait to see. I need this thing to go right. This needs to be this. There's what lives in this space? Fear, doubt, uncertainty. What I said this morning on my Instagram story, if you don't follow me, it's at graham.lickner, is really simply in a space and state of emotional confusion, or really it should be like this. In a state of anxiety, there is emotional confusion. In a state of presence, there's clarity. And clarity comes from breath, kindness, and compassion to yourself. In a moment of weakness, or even better, vulnerability, right? Vulnerability slash weakness, right? So these all tie in together, and that's what also this is about, right? This channel, so many of these themes are going to continue to tie back into each other, and that's why, and I've said it so many times, what we care about here the most is presence, peace, and power. And today we're moving out of this victim space. We're moving into this empowered place, this place where I am the creator of my life, where I am capable of, where I will, where I can, where I must, where I want, where I feel. And again, this is something that I want us to take a moment to really just sit with, right? Is like, what do you feel like you were at the mercy of, right? What in your life are you at the mercy of? Could also be who, right? Could be your boss slash work. Specifically, it could be this new deal. Could be a client, customer, right? Could be a relationship. It's at the mercy of this person's emotional or emotions. Could be kids. Could be the world in general. I'm at the mercy of my situation, how I grew up. Why don't you take a minute? I want you to write it down. Remember, if you don't have your journals on these and you're making a mistake, go get it, right? Or your phone, whatever. What in your, and no, I want a written journal. And this is why. Because it's really, really important for all of us humans to practice reading and writing. And when you, or I find for me at least, when I actually write it out with my hands, it it really allows me to process, and it takes me away from technology where I'm so used to doing all of the things, scrolling, checking this out, answering messages, whatever. It removes that entire functionality and allows me to be present with what's in front of me. So in your journal, I just want you to answer this question. What in your life are you at the mercy of? What or who in your life are you at the mercy of? You can pause and take a minute. I just want you to list them out. List them out. Okay. Then, how does it feel to be at the mercy of these things / people? Write it out. What needs to change in order for me to move into an empowered place? What needs to change? Right? Might be the way you're looking at it. Right? We call that perspective. I need to change your perspective. You might need to accept that I am choosing to be at the mercy of. Ooh, that one's big. I'm choosing. What are you choosing to accept? What are you choosing to be at the mercy of? And why are you choosing to be there? Right? Why? Why are you choosing to be here? I want you to, and you know, only a few will actually make it this far in the video because only a few are willing to be honest. Right? This whole entire personal empowerment spiel only works if you're going to be honest with yourself. And if you can't be honest with yourself, don't expect anyone else to be. Just don't expect anything. Because all the things that you want start with this. If you can't be honest about where you're at, how can you get clarity on where you want to go? Right? We need to know where we're at so we can see where we want to go. Okay. So what needs to change in order for you to move into an empowered place? Right? What needs to change? Your perspective, the acceptance of what you're choosing, why you're choosing this, your feelings towards something, your distant thoughts, your past, whatever it is. Just take a moment, write it out, get clarity on this. Right? This is the space to do it. And what did I say on this first page? I said that anxiety a lot of the time, which is just worrying about the future, worrying about the future or overthinking, right, leads to this emotional confusion, which is just a variety of different simultaneous emotions. It can be doubt, fear, insecurity, all rising at once and not knowing what's what, right? But presence allows for clarity to understand what's going on. When we have an understanding, dude, we can calmly do what's next or take next steps. Right? So as we go forward here, right? What needs to change in order for you to move into an empowered place? Right? And then here it is. This is simple. Like I said, it's not going to be a long video. What would an empowered person? No, that's not how I say. What do I want to say here? Let me go back. I don't want to word this. The mercy of an empowered too. Right. I am empowered to. I just want you to fill in the blank as you move into this space. As you move into the space from the place that you were before, right? I'm at the mercy of. Now I am empowered to. And here's the thing: those questions that I just asked you on this, these are the bridge. Right? So I should have explained that. These are the bridge. These questions allow for the presence, thus the clarity, which leads to the conflict. We can see it, And when we resolve it, there's peace. And where there is peace, there is also power. And thus, all there's left to do is get clarity on I am empowered to create what? Once you answer that question, I am empowered to create fill in the blank. Where do you, or even, it could even be this. What are you empowered to create? This could be any number of things. I want you to take a moment to pause this video and actually look into it, to get clarity on it, to think about it more deeply. It's insane how few people actually give themselves permission to think, if I could create my life in a way I desire, how would it go? Or how would it be? Right? It's amazing. You don't even think about it. If you can't ask this question, you'll never get an answer. And if you don't get an answer, you're not going to have a vision. And if you don't have a vision, you're not going to be able to channel your passion or purpose or whatever into a vehicle to get you there. Right? This is all again, all intertwined. So I ask again, what are you empowered to create? What are you empowered to create? It could be anything. Play with it. Sit with it. Because we're moving out of this place of, I'm at the mercy of. That one's not going to work. Right? I am at the mercy of continues to victim. I don't know, energy. I'm not sure. Weak and vulnerable. But the thing is, you're not that. You're just choosing. And maybe you lack perspective. Maybe you're scared of feeling empowered. I mean, it doesn't even matter, honestly. What matters is that you get clarity on it. And again, this is all understanding that there really can't be any judgment or the reality. It just is what it is. What can you expect of yourself if you don't have the right information and you don't have the right support around you and you weren't raised in a way in which you have a strong faith and belief in yourself? Why would you feel like you are empowered to create anything? Again, I'll say that again. If you didn't grow up in a way where you were programmed to believe and to have a strong faith and belief in yourself, why would you feel empowered to create anything? Of course, that would leave you with the default of I'm at the mercy of. Here it is, ready? Other people's, so this is wild. Faith and self-belief. Right? Oh, wow, it's epic. Oh, how it comes full circle here. Right? If you don't feel like you have strong faith and belief in yourself, and you don't feel like you are empowered to create, then you will for sure be at the mercy of other people's faith and self-belief. Meaning, other people's creations. Run your life. And I promise you, that'll lead to anxiety. What are we going to do? What are they going to do? Where are we going to go? What's going to happen? All questions that can't be answered if you're not in a creative state to build your life and build yourself. Okay. I just want to get clarity on that today. Just sit with it. I just want you to play with this idea. Right? It's again, this is not wild, right? This is just a simple fix, a simple switch. I'm at the mercy of to I am empowered to. I'm at the mercy of, I'm at the power to. Each one you are saying who you are. Right? Isn't that interesting? I am at the mercy of, I am empowered to. Right? So in one sense, mercy means that I need, what does it mean? I'm looking up the definition real quick. Let me get the full definition here. Let me make sure I do this with grace. Definition of mercy. Compassion or forgiveness shown towards someone whom it is within one's power to punish or harm. Compassion or forgiveness shown towards someone whom it is within one's power to punish or harm. Punish or harm. I think that in this situation, I'm at the mercy of, and we insert what it is. To me, it means I am at the mercy. I am in a vulnerable place to potentially receive some sort of negative experience. Negative meaning something that I am not of my choosing potentially, which could be perceived as negative. And because of that, I don't. Here it is. I don't have the power. Someone whom it is within one's power to punish or harm, which means I don't have the power, right? So I am at the mercy of I am at the mercy of being without power. Versus, I am empowered. I have the power, and that's what this conversation's about. That's pretty crazy. We're gonna get a whole new page for that. I am at the mercy of not having power versus I have / I am power. And I actually would say it's this. I am power. And that's what this conversation's about. And it's deep. And I'm going into a very small little nook and cranny of it today. But if we can even just get clarity on this, I'm at the mercy of not having power to I have power. I am power. Then this lesson is useful. Keep it in mind. Don't forget it. Right? You're choosing to be here. You're choosing to not have power. You can choose to have it when you're ready to face internal conflict. Until you're ready to face internal conflict, you will not have power. When you face internal conflict, you resolve it. There's peace. And in the presence of peace, there is an innate power. Keyword, innate power. Power is not something you have to go get. Power is something you have to realize. You have to open up. You have to channel. You have to step into. You have to breathe in, breathe out. You have to feel, and you have to be willing to use. Empowered. Be it or don't. Choice is yours. But I wanted to put it out there this morning because I'm so fired up for so many of my clients who've been able to do this recently. It's been really, really cool. And I'm just thankful. And again, I'm really excited to share this lesson. I really love YouTube. I don't even know who's watching this, if anyone will ever watch it. I don't even care. I'm enjoying doing this. It's fun to draw it out. This is what I've been playing around with pretty much by myself all morning, just thinking about these things. And I really feel like the right person watching this can take a lot from this little obvious but shrouded, obvious but hidden piece of awareness, meaning obvious to those who are looking at the zoomed out situation, but very blocked and blinded from those who are right in the middle of it, right? Because a person who is at the mercy of is not paying attention to the reality that they are powerful, right? They don't realize that they are. And so what we're doing today is we're opening up the possibility that you might actually be more powerful than you are. And a way in which to receive more power is to answer these questions and just figure out, where did my power go? Like, where is it? Where am I giving it away, right? That's really the question, right? Where am I giving away my power? And that's actually the perfect ending to this. You walk away with the answer to this question, all of these things open up. So this is a great, I love how this episode's designed. Essentially, it's really a backwards episode. So start here and watch it in the reverse. And this will make more sense, which is great. Where am I giving away my power? Understanding that you're either one or the other. I am at the mercy of not having power, meaning I cannot create and build the life that I choose because I don't think that I can or don't feel that I can, versus I can and am building a life that I choose, and that I am staying in my power during, and working back through these different questions to get more clarity on who and where you're giving away your power, why you're giving away your power, the emotional confusion that you feel like you might be going through. I think it's really important to note that there's going to be that in this. And when that happens, all we want to do is just feel it. Okay. So simply put, I just want you to feel the emotional energy when it comes up, because in the healing is in the feeling. Healing is in the feeling, right? You're going to get clarity through the feeling. You're going to have a release through the feeling, and thus you're going to have a more calm composure towards that same thing the next time. And the more and more repetitions you have of that, the more you evolve into a person who's capable of being, who's capable of stepping into the power and not away from it. Okay, so that's what I want to leave you with today. Where am I giving away my power, and why? Right, and then here it is, the final question: how do I step into my power? Or how do I take it back? How do I take it back? Sure, you can leave that there. It doesn't really matter. You can figure out how to answer the question. It might change, right? How do I step into the power? How do I? Oops, I think I just screwed this up. Definitely did. Hold on. How do I step into the power? How do I take it back? How do I realize it within myself? Right? Where do I find it within me? And there's so many ways in which you can do that. And one of them is answering these questions. Another one is looking in the mirror for a while. Another one's closing your eyes and sitting with these questions and letting the answers emerge for you. And then when it's time for action, stepping into uncomfortable conversations, conflicts, etc. Stepping in and having the tough conversations with people who you feel like aren't treating you the way you want to be treated, having the tough conversations at work where you feel like you should be earning more, or you feel like the job isn't good for you and you need to get something different, having the courage to be honest with yourself that the current path in your life isn't the one for you and you need to make a change and you need to move and change your environment. Having the tough conversation that you aren't present for your family, or you aren't present in whatever it is and you need to be more present for you, and through that process you're going to have a more joyful life. There's so many ways this unfolds, and I want you to take the time to check it out and to see and to sit with it. And in that, I think that you will find more presence and thus will experience more peace and ultimately feel more power. And in that place, really good things will happen for you and everyone in your life. And that's what Leaders into Legends is all about. It's all about you giving yourself permission to go beyond what there is information wise out there. Legendship to me is going beyond what is known and into a place where you are living an intuitive life, a life that feels really connected, really grounded, really strong, really open, really creative, and really exciting and inspiring. And in that place, you'll look behind you and there'll be people following you from all over the world because they too want to experience the freedom of that type of life. And I feel like that's where pioneers are born, and that's where sustainability can really be experienced for all people in them finding more power within themselves and expressing themselves in a natural way. Really beautiful things I believe will continue to happen. So that's a little bit about what I'm excited about sharing today. And love you guys. Appreciate you. If you have any questions, comments, etc., drop them below. And I'm thankful. So much love. Be good, be safe. Presence, peace, and power be with you all. Legends find a way. Where is this thing? How do I do this? What's going on? There we go. Peace, guys.